today's Living Word with Pastor Arlene.
Welcome to Wednesday's Living Word for today. Let's look at Genesis chapter 1. Now remember, we saw that when the fullness of time was come, God sent his Son. Now we have to also remember that as this verse says in Genesis 1:26, God said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth." So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him, male and female. And God blessed them and said, "Be fruitful." But God gave man dominion over the earth. God had to work through a man, through men's authority that he gave them, in order to bring forth Jesus. God couldn't just decide, boom, there is Jesus. And he had to get certain things spoken in the earth before Jesus could come. And in chapter 2, it says in verse 7, "And the Lord God formed man and the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a speaking spirit like God." So in order for God to do something in the earth, he needed man who had authority to start speaking what he had wanted. And in Genesis 3:15, it says, God says right here, this is prophesying. He's speaking forth Jesus. "And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. And it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel." Bruise the head means take away the authority. Adam bowed his knee to Satan and gave Satan the authority. God didn't have authority. So God needed man. Yes, God needed man to speak forth his plan and purpose in the earth, to speak forth and prophesy the coming of Jesus. He needed men to cooperate with him. And when God had the men to cooperate and speak forth, when the fullness of time came, Jesus came forth. God just doesn't decide something and do it apart from man. God honors his word. And he said that Jesus would come, the seed would come, and it would take away Satan's authority. For this purpose, the Son of God was manifest, to destroy the works of the evil one. We're looking towards December 25th, when we celebrate a specific day when Jesus was born. But remember, he always existed, but that was the date we celebrate when he took on his physical body. Thank you for joining us today.